can use my fireballs on him, and I will, because I'm like, this lobster is bad. He deserves to die. He has done some terrible things that you don't want to know.
Dad's Dungeon Dudes.
Welcome back to the next episode of Dad's Dungeon Dudes, and around the table the dudes today that are playing are
Thornsley Shatter Scale.
played by Teddy and
Ebony Claw Shadow Dude.
played by Ruben and
Gabriel Brightly.
and today we have a very special guest dude around the table, and that is
The one who slays.
the one who slays, played by Isaiah. Well, welcome along. And welcome to everyone back to episode, I think this will be episode number 3 in our series, where we continue along the night market quest. Now, where our characters left last time, they had just finished the challenge set to them by Madame Culp to find the special silk worms in her market game store. Now, the reason our players were playing in the market games is because they have been conscripted to figure out and to deal with and to sort out a tension within the market itself, where rival vendors seem to be destroying one another's stalls, and the party has been conscripted to try and sort out the rivalry. And what they quickly realized is that none of the market vendors will talk to them unless they are famous enough and have enough renown within the market itself. And so one of the fastest ways to earn renown is to succeed at the market games. And so today the story will continue as our characters continue to play through the market games. They're currently just outside the tent where they were working through Madame Culp's challenge to them. So at the moment, the players have 1 renown each, and they're hoping to earn enough to get the information out of the stall vendors so that they can settle the dispute. And so our characters are standing in front of the store where they were just visiting Madame Culp's silkworm shop, and so that's where we are. Now, as they've exited the silkworm shop, the radiant crystal around Gabriel's neck dims and turns towards Thornsley's shadow scale, and his lights up, meaning that for this adventure he is the captain of the crew. So when the crew add their input, it's ultimately Thornsley who gets to decide what they ultimately do. And so that's where they are. They're standing still in the middle of the marketplace, and they can see the other 2 market game tents in front of them, and that's where we are. So team, having started, where do you want to go next?
Can we go to the spicy pepper challenge thing?
Ask your crew.
I want to go there too.
I don't.
I want to find something.
I want to find a shop which sells spell scrolls.
Oh, there's one, except that each spell scroll costs like 30 GP.
Yeah.
So there's no spell scrolls at the moment available because you can't afford them. But right now in front of you is really the question of which of the 2 additional challenges you want to face.
What are they?
So there's the first challenge is the spicy pepper challenge, and the second challenge is one that will involve making some delicious food. It's a special challenge relating to food, but you'll have to discover for yourself exactly what happens once you get in there. That is called the prawn challenge.
Let's do food.
Spicy pepper.
Food.
Well, I think since I'm the one,
please.
since I'm the one with the crystal, I should decide, and I want the spicy peppers because I'm good with con saves.
Alright, so you wander over to the spicy pepper store, which is over here, and so we'll move your characters around there. Look, there you go, into the spicy pepper store. Now, as you enter into the spicy pepper challenge, you notice that Kasim, who was the guy who was showing you around the market, is actually in here as well. And as you enter, you see in front of you a row of chairs that have been set up against a bench, and also next to him standing in front is Vi and Kasim Arun. They are the family that are lovers of all things spicy, and so they sponsor the Arun Family Pepper Challenge at their tent. Now, this is really a test of fortitude and willpower, and so it was created by their father years ago, and so they've kept up the tradition given that this is part of the family business, and it's really good advertising for their store. And so as you enter, one of the brothers' assistants come to you. They're dressed in this bright red, bright green uniform, and they welcome you, and they say, "Welcome to the Spicy Pepper Challenge." Now, here are the rules of this challenge. You are to sit at the table, and there's going to be a basket in front of you, and there's a bunch of mixed peppers in the basket, and you will draw one of these peppers and eat. Next to you will be lots of jugs of milk so that you can cool down the spiciness in your mouth as you eat them. Now, this event is 3 rounds long, so you have to select one pepper from the basket and then eat it. If you succeed all 3 rounds, you will win the challenge. So any participant who eats a pepper each round without reaching for the milk or leaving the table until all 3 rounds are over will be declared a winner. So you might have, in this round, you might have all 4 of you might be winners, or maybe none of you might be winners. Now, during this challenge, you just have to succeed. I'll explain that in a second. So during this challenge, you are not allowed to use any magic, and there's no violence, otherwise you'll instantly lose. Now, do you agree to these rules?
Yeah!
Very good. Now, the assistant seats you outside of the tent, saying the previous round is just about to end, and so we'll just wait for those competitors to finish. We're about to start, and so they sit you down on a bench. Now you're just about to go in. What are you feeling? What's going through your mind as you enter into this thing? Thornsley.
Well, he would just be thinking, like, what type of peppers are they? Because he's really interested in, like, nature and stuff, because he knows about, like, types of peppers and specifically, but he doesn't really know about these ones.
Fair enough. How about Ebony Claw? Ruben.
Okay, I don't really know.
Do you want to add anything to that about how you're feeling, Isaiah or Hugo?
You know what I'm going to feel? Hot.
I think he is anticipating the heat. Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe I actually might not use any magic. I'll just breathe fire.
Maybe you'll breathe fire. Who knows? So now what you should realize is that some of these peppers might be complete duds. Some of these peppers might be magical peppers. You don't know. It's going to depend on a dice roll, and I will roll for you each time you take a pepper, and that will determine how spicy it is, and so what level of constitution you need to save with, whether it's a magical pepper, and what its effects are. And so I'll describe each of these as we go. You'll have to wait and find out. So,
Oh no, hopefully it doesn't turn me into a pig.
I don't know. We're about to find out.
Dad, don't turn me into a pig. If you would the pig still have acid breath? No.
It'll be this pig.
You'll just have
Pig.
the secret agent pig. We'll just wait and see. All right. So as you are getting ready to have these special peppers, the assistant comes back in and walks you into the crowd. And so as you walk through the doors, there's a crowd of people in front of you, all come to watch you partake in this spicy pepper challenge. And as you walk in, they're giving a round of applause and lots of cheers. They're very excited to see the new competitors because this is great entertainment in the night market.
Will we have to make con saves?
You will. And so as you take your seats in front of the bench, you notice the big basket of peppers there. They all look exactly the same. There is nothing to distinguish one pepper from the next. Next to each of your seats, there is a jug full of milk with a glass, and so on. And so you sit down and you hear one of the brothers, Vi, speak loudly to the crowd. Here we are, welcome, welcome. This is the next round of competitors. It is time for the challenge to begin. Do you have what it takes to sit down and breathe fire? Come down to the Arun Pepper store where we have the best peppers in town. Let's see if our contestants today can survive the heat.
It should be
Question?
tonight.
Will we get a discount at this shop if we like win?
You can discuss that if you win.
Dad,
Perhaps not.
with choosing the peppers, like, I know that they're indistinguishable, but since I'm a druid, I wouldn't know about this sort of stuff, so would I be able to have, like, advantage on it?
No.
We shall wait and see. Let me tell you.
Because that is cheating.
Alright, so you take your seats and each of you has the peppers in front of you and your milk, and it's about to begin. So, you grab your pitcher of, you grab your seat, you sit down, and Vi says, alright competitors, each of you grab a pepper. And so you each reach in and grab a pepper. And now I need you, we'll just work from left to right today. You go roll me a d10. Each of you needs to roll a d10 and tell me the score.
D10.
Because that's what I need you to roll. Or I suppose I can roll it for you.
9.
I've got a 6.
You got a 6.
Just remember what you got.
6.
9.
Okay.
9 and 6.
3, 6,
You go, what did you get?
6.
We all got a 6.
Except for Renown.
Alright, so as you eat, as you take a big bite into this pepper, you need to roll for me a constitution save. You go.
Hugo.
That
Just
would be natural 20 plus 2.
Ba, 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 ba. So as you take a bite into this pepper, you discover it's actually really sweet. It's surprising. It's hot, but you do discover that it's really delicious. And so you chomp through it. In fact, you go around for a second bite with your natural 20, and you eat everything except the stem, and you hold it up, and the crowd goes wild. Yay for Brightwing! You sit down and you are ready for round 2. Next, we'll go to Ebony Claw.
Okay. That would be a 6.
You're dead.
So what was your D10 roll?
It was a 9.
Okay, so you roll a 6. So you take a bite into this pepper, and as you pick it up and you bring it closer to your face, you actually realize that this pepper doesn't actually look like the other peppers. You thought it did, but close up you can tell the detail now. And so as you bite into this pepper, you actually gasp because it is so hot. And even as you take your breath in and breathe out, it feels like there are flames coming out of your mouth because it is so hot.
Yeah, then
So-
I just breathe into Hugo's face and burn him to a crisp.
No, there's no actual flames. It just feels like it's that hot. And the next round you will have disadvantage. But you manage to chew it down. You take your bite. You manage to eat it. And you sit back down. But your next roll will be with disadvantage. Alright, moving on to the one who slays, Isaiah. What's your D10 roll?
6.
And roll a constitution save for me, please.
That would be an 18.
So as you bite into yours, you realize that yours also is a really sweet thing. In fact, it tastes almost like an apple to you. And just like Brightwing before you, you go back for seconds and thirds, and you succeed. And you sit back down, ready for round 2. All right, Theodore, Thornsley, what is your D6? Your D10.
6.
Roll a Constitution save for me.
Why do you
4.
Why do you have your dices like this?
So exceedingly hot that you die.
Yeah. How did you get your dices like this?
No, take one.
I got
D.
All right, so So as you bite into this pepper, it tastes sweet, but over the sugary flavor, there is just this super spicy flavor in your mouth, and you cannot help yourself. You start reaching for the milk, but you just at the last moment snatch your hand back, and you sit back down, ready for round 2, but you will have disadvantage as well.
Do I get any advantages or disadvantages because I'm a druid?
No, not in this challenge. Alright, so having succeeded round 1 with each of the players, Arun and the Vi and Kasim, the Arun brothers, they walk around the crowd and they say, how about that, everyone? This brave bunch of people have succeeded the first round, but how will they go in round 2? Can they take the heat? And the crowd goes wild. There's a massive roar of applause and laughter as people see at least 2 of you having turned red in the face, having disadvantage on this next roll, but nevertheless making it through to round 2. Alright, I need you.
How do dragonborns have red faces? Their skin is covered in scales.
That's a fair point. Maybe your scale has turned a bit pinkish, even through the red, the blood in your body.
People who are one's a dragon boy, one's don't turn red.
Yeah.
Alright, so this time I'm going to roll which pepper you get. Okay, so starting from the end again, we will go left to right. So we start with Gabriel, right wing. And so, Gabriel, roll a d20 for me, please.
Okay.
Constitution saving throw.
Constitution.
7, 4.
That would be
A 12.
I'm dead.
Alright, so as you take a bite into this pepper, it is nothing like the one you had before. The last one was sweet and a little bit spicy. This is just fire. In fact, the special pepper you drew, it has got the name the flamethrower. That is how hot it is.
Does he start breathing fire?
And so he takes a bite through this and he just starts spluttering. His mouth is on fire, his tongue starts to swell a little bit.
Even worse than my peppers?
And it is just so hot for him. He manages to bite it, swallow it, and sit back down, ready for round 3. But in round 3, he will have disadvantage.
Ultra disadvantage. He rolls it 4 times, Pixel.
Now I have disadvantage.
Alright, now, next disadvantage boy.
Okay, so I do 2 con saving?
No, Ruben, I can just show you.
Wait!
Ruben, you can hold it and then do it.
So, I need you to make a constitution saving throw. You need to do 2. Roll it twice and pick the lowest score for me.
The first one was 11. The next was a 6.
Alright, so you you bite into this pepper. It is sweet and delicious. However, because you had so much heat in your mouth from the last round, you cannot help yourself. And so, because the spice from the previous pepper is still in your mouth, you actually fail, even though this is a sweet heat pepper, which is actually not particularly difficult to swallow. The spice from the previous round has so overwhelmed you that as soon as you bite into it, your mouth is on fire. You have to grab the milk and you just gulp it down, and you actually have to get up and leave. And as you stand up, and the steam is coming out of your ears, you hear you hear Vi say, "Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we lose our first contestant to the sweet heat pepper. Let's give him a round of applause for even trying. It takes courage." And so you just hear the crowd clapping in the background.
And even my eyeballs are steaming. That's what it is. Like they're melted.
Your pupils turn
Yeah, my pupils turn red because that's just spicy.
No, they're so hot when you shoot fire.
Alright, and so you grab your seat just outside of, or just next to the table, having been eliminated, and we move on to the one who slays with Guiding Bolt. Let's see.
In other words, Seldra Noah.
Alright, so roll a Constitution saving throw for me, please.
Disadvantage.
No, not disadvantage.
Oh yeah.
No, he doesn't have disadvantage.
8. great.
Surprisingly, even with an 8, you managed to bite through a pepper, and actually, as you bite through it, you realise, hang on, this isn't even spicy, and in fact, it's not a pepper at all. This is a dud. Yes, it is a cherry tomato, and so you just taste the delicious flavour of the tomato in your mouth, and even though you just rolled an 8, it's fine, and you succeed. And you hear the crowd clap, having you having passed the second round.
No fair.
Lastly, alright, who's next? We've got...
Me with disadvantage.
Alright.
So lucky that I got it. Roll!
Roll a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, seriously? I got a natural 20 and a 14. Anyway, that's a 16 in total.
16. Well, this is surprising because as you bite through this pepper, this actually turns out to be what is called a burning waves pepper. So as you bite through it, you take your first bite, it's like nothing, but then all of a sudden, every 3 seconds, there's this wave of spice that washes over you. The first one, you just go, oh, that's really hot. The second one, sweat starts pouring from your scales just to try and cool you down. The third wave comes, and you open your mouth and you just have to take in air, just anything to cool down. You want to reach for that milk, and
My willpower, I don't. I have a wisdom score of very high, so yeah.
I was just 25.
but that's not how that works. It's Constitution, not wisdom. And even though you do want to reach for the milk, surprisingly, you actually succeed.
Oh, my willpower.
And with all your willpower, and you move on.
17.
Remember my
I take 1 psychic damage.
And so, having survived round 3, the 3 of our competitors remain. And this time, Cassim stands up and he walks around the crowd, and he does kind of like that cricket clap, the slow clap that goes faster and faster and faster as you enter into round 3. And he says, well, I haven't seen this in many, many years, where 3 competitors have made it through to round 3. Whoever manages to survive this last round, they will be the winners of this challenge. What do we say, crowd? And the crowd goes wild. Everyone's on their feet, and poor old Ebony Claw has to sit in shame
I don't get it. Method.
on the bench of shame, watching his friends compete.
Yeah, then at the end I just
Cry.
out the table at the end of the con.
Alright, so we are back to Gabriel Brightwing. Now, I believe you had disadvantage on this roll, is that correct?
Yes, I do.
Alright, so roll a Constitution saving throw
That
for me.
one would be 11, and this one would be 16.
So you get 11.
So you get 11, being the lower score, being with disadvantage. Thankfully for you, as you've bitten through that, this turns out to be a capsicum. And they are not particularly spicy. And so having bitten through it, it's not a dud. You still had to pass, but the DC was only 10. So surprisingly, you survive. You eat the whole thing up, and you stand up and you lift your hands into the air, and everyone in the crowd roars in admiration for your great success. You are a winner. And so we move on. Next is the one who slays, played by Isaiah. Roll a Constitution saving throw for me.
7 nuts.
Did him here?
No, he didn't.
No, because remember he had the tomato last time.
I had advantage.
By a cruel twist of fate, you as you reach your hand into the basket of peppers again, you draw one out, and it must be that the fates have smiled down upon you. Turns out it's not a cruel twist of fate; it's a success of fate. And this one, as you bite into it, happens to be another tomato.
I'm lucky.
I rolled 1 on both rolls for you. So both of them are the dud tomatoes. And you succeed, and you stand up, lifting your hands, and the crowd goes wild. Everyone's so impressed. Yet another one has survived.
No
the
pressure.
the thing.
No pressure.
That's no fair.
Now,
I think they should give me like some GP.
No, they don't give you gold because you didn't pay to enter. You get renown, which allows you to enter into and to have further discussion. Alright, so finally we are up to Thornsley. What will it be?
I re-rolled and I got a 22, so.
I'm very annoyed by that. Because what you have drawn is in fact called the Skull-Face Pepper. As you bite into this is like eating lava. The spice is so intense. And as you bite into it, you look across to everyone else around you, and it is so hot that your brain malfunctions, and every person's head ends up looking like a skeleton head, like a skull. That's why it's called the Skull-Face Pepper, because it is so hot. However, with your 22, you manage to gulp it down, and Vi and Kasim, realizing that this is in fact the Skull-Face Pepper that you've eaten, both stand shocked that you are even able to swallow it down, and they themselves start yelling at the crowd. Crowd, this is the best performance we've ever seen from a crew. All three of these final round 3 competitors have succeeded, and therefore all 3 are declared winners. And the crowd goes crazy and wild, screaming that they've been so entertained. And so as you stand up and you've been declared winners, each of you quickly reaches for that pitcher of milk, and you grab a drink and you cool yourselves down and you succeed. But you have gained renown. 3 of you have gained renown for you in this thing. And so after this, Vi comes over and he just congratulates you. And so your great success has been had. And so 3 of you now have the capacity to speak to more vendors who will tell you more about the mystery of what has happened in the night market.
Can we just do the
Foodie booty.
yeah, the cooking?
Yeah, so you exit the stall and you decide, alright, well we'll go into this last stall here. So you wander across, you walk past a bunch of benches where people are ready to observe the final of the market game challenges. And so as you enter into a new location, and it looks like this. So let me zoom out here. So it looks like this for you, and you can hear that behind you there's all this music that plays this kind of scary, or it's not scary really, it's just an intense background song. And so you enter in and you see the following thing in front of you is a bunch of woks. There are 2 giant woks. So there you go. You can see it's like a massive pot. And so
I can see your cursor.
yeah, so there you go. There are your giant woks. Next to the giant woks are 2 preparation tables. Now, in these preparation tables, you see that there are cutting boards but no knives, and that's just kind of what you see. Next to them is a giant tank, and you see these creatures swimming inside. They look like, they actually look like giant prawns, which is odd for you because you've never seen a prawn this big. But as you enter, you hear once again a crowd sitting on those benches up the top that you can see there, and there's this massive, vast open tent in front of you. Now, on the one side, there are the cooking tools. On the other side, you see this giant glass tank filled with water, and the water inside is moving. It's churning. There's lots of stuff going on around it. Now, this is Sid Squid's trusty leak, who is sponsoring the Battle Prawns, the Shrimpening Challenge. Sorry. Now, Sid makes these shrimp cakes, and they have been voted the best dish of the year for the last several years within the market. And so this challenge is for you to prepare a giant version of his signature dish. Now, as you look around, you see the rest of the tent is decorated in this nautical theme. So there's anchors hanging around, there's ropes hanging around, there's brass fixtures, and there are 5 assistants, all wearing bright yellow clothes, chef's outfits, and they are eagerly anticipating for you to come and participate in this challenge. Now, before we get into the rules of this challenge, do you have anything to say or any questions that you want to ask? Thornsley.
Would I be able... Well, something I just want to say.
Let us make a seafood dish.
And then I will, with my sickle, I will just twirl around with my sickle and just like make this tornado and then slam down into the ground.
Well, that sounds very interesting, and so that is an option that you can certainly do. Any other thoughts that you want to share before we get stuck into this?
I'm like bouncing on my toes because before I decided to become a bud, I wanted to be a cook, so I learned how to cook, so I'm really good at prawn cakes.
Okay, very good.
Prawn cakes.
Now, all 4 of you are getting ready, and so Sid walks up to explain the detail of what you need to do. So what you need to do here is on the preparation table, there are giant green tree beans that you need to cut up. Now, there are also, in the tank itself, there are these giant koi prawn, which are going to be the prawn portion of the dish. Now, what you need to do is to chop up the beans and kill and slay the prawn, and if you succeed at both of those tasks within 6 rounds, you will have made enough preparation so that the assistant chefs in their yellow will be able to complete the dish. So you need to essentially defeat the giant prawns, and you need to defeat the beans. So those are the 2 things that you need to defeat.
So we roll initiatives?
So the question is there something you want to discuss now as you wait, and as Sid is talking to the crowd explaining what's going to happen? Are there things you want to talk to each other about? Let's go for Isaiah first.
Spells?
In this challenge, you are allowed to use spells. However, you need to think about with food things, if you do something like none of you have the capacity to cast a fireball, for example, because that's a high level spell. But if you make something with a fireball, it will burn it up to a crisp. So that might make that particular food item unusable. So you need to think about whether the spell you use is actually going to cause damage to the food you are creating before you do that. But you don't want to accidentally ruin the ingredient. Yes, another question. Isaiah.
What was it? Oh yeah, don't these animals have health or something?
They do.
And they've got armor class, right?
They do. So this, as you chop them up, you have to. They are when they. Well, I guess we'll wait till the battle for you to see.
Would I be able to tell them, since I'm the druid and I'm good with animals, would I be able to get the fish? Because I can also use my unseen servant to help with the meal.
With the choppy chop chops.
Well, you can talk about. You can decide to do that. So remind us what your unseen servant does.
Well, I could technically cheat now and make it. It says it makes an invisible, mindless, shapeless medium force that can perform simple tasks at your commands until the spell ends. The servant springs into existence in an unoccupied space on the ground within range. It has AC 10 and 1 hit point and strength of 2, and it can't attack. If it drops to 0 hit points, the spell ends. Once on each of your turns as a bonus action, you can mentally command the servant to move up to 15 feet and interact with an object. The servant can perform simple tasks that a human could do, such as fetching things, cleaning, mending, folding clothes, lighting fires, serving food, or pouring drinks. Once you give the command, the servant performs the task to the best of its ability until it completes the task, then waits for your next command. The servant can perform a task that would move it to more than 60 feet away from you. The spell ends.
Okay, so you could use that. I think that sounds like a worthwhile decision, and you are allowed to use. You are allowed to use them. How long does the spell last for?
1 hour. Yeah, 1 hour.
Okay. So as you make your final preparations, you hear Sid yelling at the crowd, "Are we ready?" And everyone screams, "Yes!" And he points to his chefs and he says to them, "Are you ready?" And they all give their thumbs up, they're ready. And so he says, and so the battle begins in 3, 2, 1. And I need each of you to roll me initiative.
Are we in an actual fight?
17.
Oh, yes.
16.
9. 16.
So say that again.
I got 8.
You go.
I got 16.
Yep. Isaiah.
Let's check. What did I get? I got a 9.
Okay, so you and Ebony Claw, Ruben?
17.
So the order of this will be Ebony Claw, then Gabriel, then the one who slays, and then finally Thornsley bringing up the rear. Now, I will not tell you what the hit points of either the prawns are or the beans. That you'll have to figure out for yourself. So,
Since I'm a druid, would I be able to know that?
no. Fair question, but no. So, having said all that, it is now time for you to step into the walk zone. So, let's move your party here, and then you now need to decide what you're going to do. So, first up, we have Ebony Claw. You have the choice. You can go over to the preparation table and try and chop some beans, or you can go and grab a prawny prawn from the giant tank.
Can I go prawny prawn?
Alright, so you spend your movement, you walk up to the stairs, and one of the assistant chefs helps you to pull a prawny prawn out, and it is now on the floor next to you, and so there it is.
I thought I had to attack it or something.
No, your action was to remove it. You will have to attack it. Currently it's neutral to you, but it would have to be attacked so that you can essentially slay it in order to put it in a giant wok.
Scary.
And so that is your turn. Gabriel, your turn.
I will get one for me.
So you only need to have one. You
Yeah.
can grab another one if you like.
No,
Wait,
I
so
only
for
get
all of
one.
us, so are we all competing together? Is it like a team?
It is a team challenge. All of you need to work together to get the food ready. And if the whole team fails or the whole team succeeds together, that's it. So, Gabriel, what do you want to do? Do you want to go to the preparation table and chop some beans? Do you want to do something else? Do you want to see if you can attack the old giant squid thing there?
Chop some
Giant prawn.
beans.
I will see if I can attack that thingy majig.
Alright, so how are you going to do that?
Well, I will. Would I be able to shoot it with my heavy crossbow?
You certainly can. Roll a d20 to see if you hit.
Wait, with his pluses?
No,
like,
it-
as an action?
It'll work out. This is his action.
Okay, use your pluses.
Okay, I rolled a non-natural 20.
So that is a hit. Now roll for damage with your crossbow.
Okay, let's see what I get from my ganache. That is a 4 in total.
4 damage. Very good. That's good to know. So, any bonus action? That's your action and bonus.
Oh, I have a bonus action in which I can do, which should be here. I have a bonus action of Hunter's Mark.
Which does what?
1d6 of them.
No, it says Hunter's Mark. It says you always have the Hunter's. You can cast it twice without a time. The number of. Yeah, I don't know what it does.
It does 1d6 of damage.
Oh yeah, it does 1d6 of extra damage.
So, do you want to use that as a bonus action?
Yeah.
All right. So do an extra. Do a d6 roll.
Damage is 6.
Very good. Okay. So that's your action done. And you notice that your turn is over, and now we move on to the next person, who is the one who slays.
Sweet. I shall go and attack those bees.
All right. So you walk over to the table. You are this guy here. So let's move you over to the table. And you spend an action to attack. So roll. I will roll for you for. Roll me a d4.
Do the beans have armor class?
They do, actually.
What?
But they're
2.
So and then roll me a d20 just to see whether you actually manage to cut through the beans or not.
These are some tough beans.
15.
So with that, you grab one of these knives and you start chopping, and you get about an eighth of the way through the beans, and so you're well on your way to preparing them. That brings us to then the last person, who is Thornsley.
Well, I will. Wait, would I be able to attack the beans from here because I'm just at the table?
Yeah, yep. You can add some daggers to the mix and see if you can chop them up.
But I will rush over to the prawny,
Yep, and
then I will use my quarterstaff.
all right. So roll a d20.
Ooh, D20 plus any modifiers. Do I use it as my normal melee weapon attack, or
You roll a d20 to see whether you get the armor class.
Because I have a +2.
Well, you roll for attack, right? So that's what you're doing.
No, that's what I'm meant to do. Okay, that would be a 19, and now I will.
You roll for damage.
Yes, and then I can use my shillelagh. That's 4 damage plus 7 damage is 11 damage.
So, tell us, as you cast the shillelagh, what happens to your quarterstaff?
Basically, I'm not doing anything. Like, I cast it, but then it's like bang, 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 bang on the prawn. Like, it continually attacks the prawn and just slaps him in the faces.
So, tell us how it's done.
Well, basically, I kind of already explained it, but while I'm doing it, it rips like the claws off and stuff, and it like serves like perfectly on the table.
It serves it on the blade.
But then it's just on the table now, ready to be put on the wok.
So, Brawny is completely destroyed and ready to be made into food. So you still have to carry the prawn over to the woks, but perhaps given that we are now back at the start of the order, back to Ebony Claw, that's something that perhaps he can do.
Nah, I'm moving over to wherever the beans are and just slapping them with my quarterstaff.
So as you do that, you start whacking it out with your quarterstaff. Roll an attack roll for that.
So just with my quarterstaff.
With your quarterstaff, yes.
So hit DC quarterstaff.
Yes.
Okay. That would be Natural 20 plus 3.
Well, that's not surprising because they're beans and they don't move, and you've got a massive stick. But as you do so, you actually crush the beans up because a quarterstaff is not a blade, and so that entire table of beans has now been destroyed and rendered unusable. For the task was to chop the beans, not smash the beans. So you have one more opportunity left. You can go over to the table on the other side of the room and see if you can restart trying to chop those beans.
Okay.
But that's your turn. Off to Gabriel.
I will go over to the prawny prawn and pick it up and put it on the wall.
Alright, so you walk over, that's costing you 20 feet. So you pick it up, that's your action, and then you can start walking back. What's your movement speed?
30.
So then you're back, you're carrying it, you're here now. You need to get all the way to the walk before the time rolls off. But you'll get there by the next turn. Alright, now, the one who slays, your turn.
I shall go to the preparation tables.
Then other mushroom.
So you managed to make it across. Would you like to now attempt at chopping these beans once more?
Yes, right.
Alright, so roll a...
Right, and I shall use... well, I can't...
So there are daggers on the table, or knives on the table that you can use, or if you've got a better slashing weapon, you can use that as well if you like.
He does not have a slashing weapon. He has a guiding bolt and a mace.
So might my suggestion be that you use the blades that are on the table too.
Yeah, I'll use that.
Alright, so roll a standard d20 for me.
Just a standard one. Standard D20. Now, with the standard D20, you have got 14.
So that's fine, and now roll a d4 for me to see how much damage you do.
Come on. 1.
Okay, good to know. Now, let's move on. That was Isaiah's turn. Over to Thornsley.
Does Hugo have the...
Did I get any beans?
Wait, does Hugo have
Yes,
the
so you've
prawns?
started cutting them up, and you still need about 8 times as much as you've got.
Does Hugo have the prawns? Yes.
He has the prawns. He's busy carrying the prawn
Okay.
into the wok.
Would I be able to, would I be able to grab them from Hugo and throw them on there?
This is round 2. It needs to be done by round 6.
Okay.
So Hugo will get there by round 6. What might be a better option for you is to do a dash action and run all the way to the other preparation table
Yes.
as your entire turn.
Run to the preparation table.
Because if you do a dash, you get twice as much movement.
But,
It's going to cost you 45 movement to
I know,
get there.
but would it cost, 45?
45.
It would cost 60. Doesn't it double?
Yeah, but you don't need to keep running past into the leeches at the top.
I know, but would I be able to, would getting the prawns from Hugo cost an action?
Yes.
Yes, I think you can just trust him with that.
Okay, I'll just dash up to there.
Right, so you dash across, and it actually ends up being 50 feet, and you're now at the table, and I think that's your turn, isn't it?
Well, I can still use bonus actions, but I don't think I can. Yes, I cannot, except Wild Jake, which I don't think I should do.
I think that would be bad for the beans. Alright, now we're back to Ebony Claw.
Okay, I'm going to move up to the preparation table.
So that costs you your 30 feet right there.
Yeah. And then I'm going to slice the beans.
With what?
My dagger. And by the way,
Is it your dagger?
Yes.
Okay,
And I've
so
already rolled for hit DC, and I got a natural 20.
Yeah, I saw
plus
him, and he got a
4.
natural 20 plus 4, which was 24.
So,
that
I
hits. So now roll your critical hit on the beans.
on the bean. That would be 8 damage.
And so you dive deep into your ancestral dragon claw heritage, and you're
Nice.
with the with having wanting to have been a chef your entire life before starting to be an adventurer. This just comes supernaturally to you, And I want you to roll a performance check for me as well.
He's good with. He has +7. That would be not natural 20.
And so you whip out the dagger, you throw it into the air, and it twists around, and you just hear the crowd watching this doing a collective gasp. And so then you grab it with your hand, and you grab the beans, and you just chop like you see on the MasterChef shows. Chop, 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 chop. Chop, 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 chop. Chop, 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 chop. And within one round, you actually completely finish chopping all the beans, and they are now ready to be added to the wok. And so with that critical hit and your history, you've managed to succeed, where before, oddly, you decided to bash the beans with a quarterstaff. This time around, you have pleased not just your compatriots who are trying to be part of this challenge, but even the crowd, seeing this awesome cooking skill, are delighted with you. And so so Sid Squid wanders over and he does a little bit of a whisper to you with your 20 performance, saying, "Stop being so good. Everyone's going to think I'm a bad chef after this." And you're ready to now walk over.
And I say, no, I'm not going to stop performing like this because you are a horrible chef. I tasted your prawn cakes earlier today and I nearly vomited.
-1 Renown.
Yeah. Well, it's already only got one. So
-4.
as Sid Squid takes a look of disgust and a bit of surprise at this rudeness, he nevertheless allows you to continue. And we now move to Gabriel's turn.
Okay, I'm going to walk over to the wok and put the fishy fish in it.
In you go, and as you toss the old prawnies in your hand into the giant wok, they sizzle away, and you see the chefs that are surrounding it in their bright yellow garb quickly add all the additional ingredients, and they start stirring, and that part of the challenge is a success for you. And so that brings us then to Soldrin, the one who slays.
So since all the beans have chopped up, I can only do one thing. I should kill those fishy. Yeah.
Well, no, the beans still have to be carried to the giant pan, the wok.
Well, I can do that. So I'm gonna slay those things.
Well, he's allowed to, so he wanders over to the tank and signals to one of the assistants to bring another prawn out, which they do, and plonk it right in front of him. And so the question is, do you want to attack this prawn just for fun? So then you need to roll for attack.
Are you gonna
Doesn't have it.
Can I use my mace?
You can use your mace.
Smash it.
Given that this is also not going to go into the wok, you can also use magic if you like.
Ray of Frost him. Because he's just been in the water, he'll die. No.
Yeah.
Okay, he's doing mace, and that would be... No, you need to roll for attack first. Roll for attack with your mace. For attack, I get 7.
So as you whip out the mace and you try to smack the old prawn over the head to knock it down, it just scuttles to the side. And you think, well, that's not good, and you try and swing across, and it just scuttles backwards, and you completely miss the old prawn altogether. It is now hostile to you, and will attack you on its turn. Well, you did try and kill it. So that's you. Now, lastly then, we're into Thornsley. So in front of you is the giant pile of beans.
Anyway,
What will you do?
me.
Yes.
I have the giant pile of beans.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to grab the beans. My dad would. Can I? What? Do I need to put the woks? Is beans on one, prawn on the other?
No. So you actually need to add the. It's a good question. Glad you asked it. You need to put the beans into the same wok as where the prawns are that you. Where that Gabriel is putting.
Okay, can I just get the prawn? No, not
So I'll allow you to pick up the beans as a bonus
Okay,
action.
thank you.
So do you want to dash or walk just over? You won't get all the way there if you just walk, but you can walk about halfway there and then throw them.
Wait.
You can toss them from here if you want, or just use your action to dash and then get all the way there.
Would those people in the yellow help me with them, or are they not allowed to get
Involved.
Yeah, involved?
So they are not allowed to help you get it into the wok, but once they are in the wok, they will prepare the rest of the dish.
Okay, wait. Okay. Okay, that's the end of my turn.
Very good. So now we are back to Ebony. Oh, so now actually it's the giant prawn's
Lobster
turn,
boy.
and it is going to take a swipe and see if it can attack the one who slays. And so it is rolling for attack. What's your armor class?
16.
16. Okay.
Nice try, 20.
Let's see what it rolls on a d20. It has rolled a 17. So it actually doesn't do an awful lot of damage, but let's see what damage it does do.
What damage?
It does me 1d4.
Does it do 20 damage?
It has a ram attack, and so it does 1d6 plus 1 bludgeoning damage. So let us see. So 1d6 gives us a damage of 5 plus 1, which is 6 damage to you.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. And so how this works is that the prawn out of water sees you standing up against the wall tank there, and it actually rushes you and rams you into the wall, and it goes splat. And so you've got your back against the wall.
And the wall has been cracked.
The wall doesn't crack, no. It's a very solid, magically reinforced. And so you've got some damage. Alright, which brings us back to...
Does anybody remember what happened last game when someone tried to attack me when I attacked it?
No.
I just obliterated it with my guiding bolt.
That's true.
So
Oh, I
it's
do
gonna
remember
happen
that.
again to Mr. 44.
Gotta happen.
Well, you chose to use your mace, and so this is what you get. Now, we're back to Ebony Claw.
Yeah,
Okay.
Actually, no. Obviously safe and flying.
Wait, is the meal prepared or do we just have to kill the prawn?
You will need to kill the prawn, and Thornsley needs to carry the beans across.
Okay, I'm gonna go
Here,
all we need is the beans to complete the challenge.
to kill the prawny prawn.
Yep, and so how are you going to do that? Are you going to walk over, or are you going to attack from where you are? What are you going to do?
Throw your attacker.
I'm going to walk over there and then
You can get there, yep.
quarterstaff.
Alright, roll your quarterstaff attack.
That would be
14.
That hits, and how much damage do you get?
That's extreme. 6 damage.
Okay. So this poor old prawn has a crack right down its center carapace there from the damage of the quarterstaff, but it's still up, still ready to fight, and it wants to now have a go at you. Now we're up to Gabriel, who has successfully completed putting the prawns into the wok and is now free to help defend poor old Soldrin, the one who slays their back against the thing. Or do you want to do something else? It's up to you.
I'm going to walk over to the lobster and do cure wounds.
To who?
To the lobster.
Hugo, you can't get that far.
So he does. He as he does, he says, "Leave my friends alone," because he is a ranger. Remember, so he likes animals, and so he runs across and slides over the preparation table. In fact, which is separating him from the old giant lobster prawn. And as he gets there, he casts Cure Wounds. So you go. How much? How much health do you give it back?
I like lobsters.
Okay, Hugo.
5 healing.
You. Why do you heal an enemy?
I casted it.
2d8.
Oh, he gets 6 health back.
Great. So he's actually back to full health again.
Does he still have the crack in him?
No, you see the crack magically healed together, knit back together, and it looks as fighting fit as it was before. Now, because you have treated with this lobster or this giant prawn friendlyly, he's happy to see you, and it is now no longer hostile unless you attack it again. So it has calmed down because it is quiet. All right, now we are up to the one who slays Soldrin.
Okay.
Slash it!
So now the other question is, do you want to re-engage in their hostilities?
Get it! Make revenge! Major!
Yeah, revenge.
Make you guys cure wounds.
How can be guiding bolt?
Be an absolute
Alright, so
waste.
roll for the spell attack.
21.
21.
That definitely hits.
46 of radiant damage. That would be 15 radiant.
Die, puny lobster!
So the puny lobster actually doesn't die. The guiding bolts, they shoot into the side, the foot, one into the head. There are 4 of them. They do an awful lot of damage, but it is still alive and ready for its next turn.
Take revenge on the lobster. It has one more health. Take the lobster.
Which brings us finally to Thornsley's.
Put on the wok.
So he moves across to the wok. He puts the beans in, and Sid Squid comes wandering into, and he says, "That's it. You've succeeded. You've won the challenge."
Well, you've been dying by a lobster.
Can we kill the lobster first?
So you should ask Sid Squid that.
Yeah. Can he ask Sid? I shout over, can you please ask if we can kill the lobster then?
I'm gonna be like, okay, can they?
And so Sid Squid says, "Well, let's flip a coin for it. Let's roll for it." And so we're going to roll a d20. If it is less than, or 10 or less, then you are not allowed to kill the lobster and the competition ends. If it's more than that, he says you can, because he's going to use it for food anyway.
But
So
is it going to waste the turns?
you're still in initiative, don't worry about that. So I wonder if this will show up there.
Kill the lobster.
No, it doesn't.
The lobster.
So it actually gets to 18. And so he says, "Well, I was going to use this for food anyway, so you may as well finish him off for me." I'd appreciate that.
Yours was a waste. Waste.
And so we are now back to Ebony Claw, whose turn it is. Oh no, sorry, it's the lobster's turn. So the giant prawn lobster has got his back. He's still got the one who slays pinned up against the back wall there, and so it decides to push and squish and crush you, and it is going to roll its attack. What's your AC again?
16.
16.
So it rolls a 10. So as it pushes against you, it just hits the armor, and because it's a simple creature, it doesn't seem to understand that it needs to roll, it needs to not just try and squish you, but actually bash you, and so it doesn't do any damage. The armor just deflects whatever damage it was going to do. Which brings us to Ebony Claw.
going to heal him.
Wow. Should I use my acid breath? Okay.
If you use your acid breath, look at where you are. So on the screen, your acid breath will also acidify Soldrin against the wall and Gabriel Nightwing in front of you.
Yay! No, I'll just
I'm
do
fine
quarter
with that.
stuff. Quarter stuff.
Alright, roll your quarter staff.
Quarter stuff. Slaps. That would be a 4.
So you swing it, and being enraged but very unwell, the giant prawn lifts its leg where you were going to attack it, and you just swing harmlessly past. Meaning it is now the time for Gabriel Nightwing.
I will cast Cure Wounds.
No, please don't. It's going to attack me.
Are you using a spell?
He's allowed to do that.
No,
if he-
he's already cast 2 spells.
No, I haven't.
No, I saw you delete that.
No, I did. It good very accidentally.
Yeah, no, he hasn't cast another spell.
None
Well-
has that.
So,
You
the
betrayer
Oh,
of life.
Alright, so that's your turn now. The one who slays, your turn.
Quickly!
Sacred Flame. He's using Sacred Flame.
8 on damage.
Yeah, but he has to make a dex saving throw. 13.
Oh, he has to roll a... Okay, alright. Bear with me. Let me do
Half
that.
damage on a successful save. So 4 damage.
He rolled a 15, so...
No,
Re-roll it. Just re-roll.
No, it's 4 damage.
He just re-roll.
No,
No,
no.
it's 4
One
damage.
damage.
No, it's 4 damage.
It's half of the damage.
I know.
Ruben, you can't cheat by just re-rolling. That's not part of the game.
4 damage.
So, he's taken 4 damage and is looking pretty bad, but it is still up and running, which brings us to Thornsley's turn.
And would I be able to jump in and then...
Since I am a druid,
I'm going to, I'm not going to try and kill, I mean,
You're going to
well, no, I
kill
can kill, I can use my firebolts on him, and I will, because I'm like, this lobster is bad. He deserves to die. He has done some terrible things that you don't want to know.
And so with that ancient knowledge of this particular lobster's life, you cast Fireball. Roll the attack, spell
does he
attack.
have ancient knowledge of that?
That
particular-
would be 9.
And I believe that misses. Let me double check.
Yeah.
Your firebolt just sizzles past, hits the wall, the giant wall of water. But thankfully, because it's a magically protected wall, it does nothing. Which brings us back to Ebony Claw.
Hang on. I'm going to quarterstaff it.
Quarterstaff,
Roll.
+1.
No, +3.
Oh no, not natural 20, not
Roll
natural.
for damage.
1d6, Ruben, that's 1d6
Haha, 2 damage.
No, he rolled 1d8 +1.
Yeah, because I can do 1d8 +1.
Why
Because it's there.
though? Okay.
So you got 2 damage.
Yeah.
So poor old Prawny's looking pretty bad. He's not dead yet.
Please don't.
And so
I can't. Oh, hooray!
it decides it's had enough of this battle and tries to flee with its turn. So it turns around and runs away, which provokes an opportunity attack from
Hugo and
me.
all
from
3 of us.
from Ebony Claw and from the one who slays Soldrin. But Gabriel, do you want to do an opportunity attack?
No, because I like it.
Yeah,
Okay.
fair enough. Alright, so Ruben, roll an attack dice.
Quarterstaff.
You got a
16.
And then do the damage.
No.
Ruben, you're not rolling the right dice.
I am.
4 damage.
Okay. And roll a Isaiah, roll for me an attack dice, please. With your mace.
Oh, nice. He just did Ray of Frost.
No, it needs to be with the mace specifically.
How come?
Because it's an opportunity attack.
Oh, yeah, you need a normal weapon. Could he punch it?
No, he's got a mace.
19.
And the damage?
6 damage.
So, Soldrin, tell us how it's done.
I've already.
Which is our way of
I
saying
just
it.
whack him and then things get flop.
Fair enough. It gets a thump on there and it just flops. And Sid Squid says, "Thank you, that'll be delicious." And so the crowd around, who happens to be thoroughly entertained by now because they've seen you make the food and succeed easily, even destroying the second prawn within the
beans.
allowed time,
Destroying the beans.
destroying the beans, and then also providing them with more entertainment, are thoroughly impressed with you. And so there's a massive fanfare, everyone's excited. Sid Squid comes over and says, "Free food for you for life because you've entertained my people for so long." And so because you have succeeded at this challenge, he declares all 4 of you winners. In the meantime, as you exit the arena, you see poor old Gabriel, who is an Asimar, which is a type of angel creature, with a little tear running down his face for having destroyed his friend.
Wait. Can I move to the tank and retrieve a lobster for him.
No. So you're exiting out the door at this stage, having
I
now.
wanted to jump in the tank and swim with the lobsters.
What if I give you
So-
one oil flask as a token of appreciation and for forgiveness?
Would you accept that, Gabriel?
1 gold piece.
No.
No.
Okay.
So as Ebony Claw, Thornsley, and Soldrin exit the room, Gabriel quickly runs up the stairs, jumps into the tank and swims with the lobsters for a bit. He pats them on the back, jumps out the other side, comes out soaking wet, but all 4 of them emerge from the tent, the sun shining bright on them, having achieved, and actually between the 4 of them having managed to succeed at every single market challenge, and therefore now having renown enough to actually ask the market vendors what they know about the mischief that's been happening in the market. They feel very good about themselves. They're ready to finally find out what the challenge or what the real mystery of the market is, and who's been causing all this damage and enmity between the 2 market vendors. They realize that they now have everything they need. That is where we shall end our adventure for today. So join us next time as they now use these renown, this infamy, this celebrity status, and see if they can figure out what's going on. And so, Hugo, Ruben, Isaiah, Teddy, thank you so much for playing with us today. I hope you've had a good time. Listeners, thank you for joining us, and if you want, you can leave us a 5-star review and give us your comments, especially comments for our brand new guest that we can pass on to him at a later stage. But that's where we leave it. Do you have any final thoughts to share?
Yes. Ruben only has 2 renown. He failed.
No
Isaiah.
share. I get
Also,
equal
don't
to
get
them.
hit on the head with my base.
Well, I think what happened to that lobster. It went flop.
It did flop.
So
I
lobster.
think though, since Ruben did the performance thing, he should get 2.
Ruben, any final thoughts?
Get lobsters so I can eat them up and serve them on the plate after I've eaten them. Num num num.
And Hugo, final thoughts from you?
No.
He just misses his lobster friend with a single tear on his cheek. And we shall see you next time.
That's Dungeon Dudes.